This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Oh, isn't that hair fabulous? Broadcasting live from the new hotspot on Fort Myers Beach, Wahoo Willie's. It's time for another exciting award-winning episode of Beach Talk Radio. Here are your humble hosts, Kim and Ed Ryan.
You see, the problem is we have Greg sitting here and he doesn't know that he needs to start the applause. But wait, who's missing? Oh, you know, it is Dave Nussbaum is missing. He's usually the one that starts the applause. So thank you all for coming.
This is the hot new place, and hot is the word.
It is hot out.
It is warm today.
We're good. Thank you for coming to Wahoo Willie's today, and thank you all for tuning in to the program. We got a little feedback, so take care of that right there. We have a great show lined up for you today. We have great guests lined up. But the first thing I want to do is make sure everybody knows we have our pink tank tops for ladies only, because dudes shouldn't wear pink. So there's only lady sizes.
That is a bunch of crap, what you just said. I
well,
will tell you, this color is going to look fabulous.
On a dude?
Yes.
Let's see. Greg, maybe you should put one of these 2XLs on to see how you look.
Oh, well, that's hurtful.
Well, I mean, we want it to fit
You're the one that's going to that's going to look great on.
Yeah.
Because you rock color.
Yeah, he knows how to dress.
He knows
too.
how to dress.
What kind of pant? That's Jorge standing behind us. So, by the way, I didn't bring this up to talk about anything but the color. Like, people that I asked on the Facebook said they wanted pink. And the first thing you do after we pick up the order is say, it's not pink, it's magenta.
I was thinking like a baby pink. That's
this is pink to me. It looks pink.
I know, but
I mean, people are buying it.
I know, but
what?
See, you're opening it up for me to say that your taste in picking out things.
How about you order the next batch? The problem.
How about you give me a heads up, because I would have ordered the V-neck.
The problem is that from all the merchandise that we've sold, you've never ordered anything because you're afraid to hit the button that actually says
you don't give me 2 seconds.
Spend.
Because I don't want to make a
didn't you want to order those
decision.
Didn't you want to order those little wine tumblers?
They're just tumblers. You can put in them whatever you want.
Instead of ordering these wine tumblers with our logo on it, what she did was she went out and bought like 5 generic ones and stuck a sticker on it. That's how you think you're going to
sell those though.
Oh, okay. You didn't sell them?
No,
because you can't sell them with stickers on them. You actually have to buy them. Tomorrow, from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we're going to be at the Pink Shell, which is right up the street from here, for our big party. It's a follower appreciation party from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We're giving away a $500 gift certificate to the Goods. We're giving away 5 $100 gift certificates to the local Publix. We're giving away a round trip ticket to Key West on the Key West Express. And the first $1,000 in beer and wine is on us. So hopefully you bought your day pass, because what we're trying to do is spread the financial love around Fort Myers Beach. And it's $20 for a day pass. And you can go at any time. You don't have to wait until 1 o'clock if you have a day pass. Well, they're sold out now. So there's a waiting list. But it was $20 for a day pass to the Pink Shell.
But you don't have to wait till 1 o'clock.
No, you can go and you can go hang out on the sand.
If you have a pass, you can go
anytime. Yeah, but we'll be there from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and we hope that you guys come out. And then on July 15th, it's hot.
I know, but couldn't you time it better than mid?
Well, when I take a drink, you're supposed to say something. That's how that's the
only time I can wedge myself into the conversation.
On July 15th, we'll be in Kimberly, Wisconsin. And right now we have 120 reservations for our show at Tanner's Grill in Kimberly, Wisconsin, which is crazy. And we're so happy that you guys are going to be there. We're going to have a great time at the pool at Tanner's Grill. Go ahead.
I wonder what the temperature is going to be. I know it's not going to be this.
32 degrees probably in Wisconsin.
No, it'll be warm. It's going to be, I think, I think it's going to be warm, but
It's not going to be 90
no,
degrees and
no.
100%. Your dad's watching, so be on your best behavior.
Hi, Dad.
Our first guest of the day is Daniel Clarkson, everybody. A big round of, here he is. A big round of applause for Daniel. Daniel used to own a boutique. Do you call it a bed and breakfast? Or do you call it a resort?
Can you wait 1 minute? Because
Wait, I know what we're going to, Daniel,
Hi.
can you sit next
You
to us?
gotta-
Well, I'm scared.
Dude,
I'm scared of you.
You are very well dressed for our show, I have to say.
Thank you,
This is a
thank you.
tank top and short show. It's not
I know.
a wedding kind of dress outfit.
I know.
so
Yes, go ahead, dear.
we want to give a big congratulations because this guy got married. What was it? Just the other day, right?
Well,
Last
7
weekend.
days ago.
7 days
week.
ago.
So congratulations to him and his bride.
So I have to tell you a little story.
Welcome to the ranks of married folks.
I-
It's a lovely ride.
I couldn't wait.
Is this your first marriage?
Yes,
It
and my
is.
last.
Yeah. Well,
Not doing it again
Why do you say it like that?
because it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
So,
Well,
And now the work starts,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
how you plan on having kids?
We're actually already making babies.
She's pregnant.
I'm not saying that, but we're in the process of doing it.
Oh,
So,
I see. Doing it, the thing.
I mean, you got to
I see.
do that first, right?
He's got his headphones on, dear. He can't hear. So, how many kids do you plan on having?
One would be great.
Yes.
Two would be better.
I mean, how many? When are you going to stop trying?
Never.
And how many?
2, 3.
2 or
Okay.
3. Okay.
Let's move on.
Now,
Depends on how the first one turns
I
out.
feel
yeah,
so bad
I
having
guess.
this conversation. You're poor.
No.
No, it's fine.
And the other thing I wanted to mention was I go to LA Fitness, which is in Gulf Coast.
That's a hard segue. I don't know
no,
where
it's
this
not. It
No,
really,
actually, it's not.
He knows it's not.
Oh,
So
that's right.
I go to Gulf Coast Town Center to work out at LA Fitness, and I look in the aerobics room, which is like 10,000 square feet. that
Yeah, and it's
aerobics
always
room.
empty.
And it's always empty. And I look in there, and he's doing some kind of dance, like
Yeah,
he's in there
yeah.
dancing, and he's got a professional teacher, and you and your wife were what was going on there?
Well, we practiced 1.5 years for our wedding dance.
1.5 years.
Because I used to be a wedding singer back in Germany, and
Really?
I played on over 500 weddings, and I always saw the couples just like
Yeah, that was our wedding right there.
right.
Oh,
I believe that without a doubt. But and I wanted to do something different, And Nina is a performer
Yeah.
through and through, so we both agreed why not do something special for our guests?
Councilman John King, everybody.
Hey, John.
and
How are
his
you?
lovely wife.
Well, you're so
Chris.
damn tall and big. She's behind you. You can't see.
Chris.
Come on in. So you guys were practicing for 1.5 years. Like,
Well, I mean, the
when I-
wedding was planned earlier, obviously
Yeah.
Hurricane kind of.
sure, yeah.
Was
Where-
it a specific
postponed it.
dance or just?
Yeah, we
like a
completely choreographed.
graphed it? Mhm.
Could you do
completely
it?
out.
Could you do it right here?
I could.
Maybe
All right.
later.
No, he can do it right now. So
I need
you're
the
gonna get
song
out there.
though. Did you prepare
Oh,
for that?
I didn't
Yeah.
prepare for the song.
Right.
Billy, do you have any music? What kind of music do you have back there? What song do you need?
It's John Legend, "Love Me Now."
Can you play? Oh, he's gonna play "Love Me
Oh,
Now."
all the girls. Oh,
Do you need a partner to dance with,
No,
or
well,
you can do it? No,
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 no.
no. I've never danced with a dude.
I can
and
do
it's not
it.
going to start today.
I can do it. "Love Me Now."
"Love Me Now" by John Legend, and we're gonna let you dance the dance right here.
Do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so
I'm
you
ready.
were
Really taking
practicing.
this show in a whole nother direction.
It's like you were practicing for 1.5 years. When I saw you, it was terrible. I
People
mean,
are
you were
cringing.
stepping on her toes, and she was stepping on your
Well,
toes.
of course.
The
of
teacher
course.
was yelling at you,
Yeah.
like you don't know what the heck you're
Rightfully
doing.
so.
It was
Rightfully so.
horrible.
Yeah.
But by the end of the full,
Last Saturday, it was we
Perfecto.
crushed it.
is there video?
Absolutely.
There's video.
I
of
have it
we
with
have
me.
to see that video for
Yeah,
sure.
I have it with me.
So when
so
I,
while they're getting the music on,
can you imagine
let's
if that-
talk about what
no,
your
no. We have to segue.
We got
into-
time.
Yeah, we got. I mean, no, there. It's a dinky podcast. Nobody
Right.
cares what we're talking about. No, you have big plans for Times Square, don't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, before we start with that,
Oh,
what happened
Christ.
to the resort? What happened to your hotel?
yeah, well, the hotel, it was a hotel. I think legally it was a hotel, kind of ran as a in between Airbnb and bed and breakfast without breakfast.
Yeah.
How
How many units did
so
you have?
bad.
11. Well, it got shielded from first of all Margaritaville and then Lighthouse, but still it was not salvageable.
Right. So the whole thing got hammered.
Yeah, we
with
had
the
to torn
storm
it.
surge.
We had to tore it down. It is under contract.
So you're selling it.
Yeah.
What is
we
the
have
sale
to.
price?
I cannot say.
What do you mean? It's public.
Then
Yeah,
look
but
it
it's
up.
not closed.
But
It's
is
there
that
you
your
go.
song?
That's it.
All right, there you go. Let's see it.
Timing, right?
We got it
Yeah, that was
right
good.
here. There we go. Right over there in that spot there.
Big guy.
This is the wedding dance, everybody. Anybody want to join?
You when I'm gone. So I'm gonna love you now. Like it's all I have. I know you kill me when it's over. I don't wanna think about it. I want you to love me now. I don't know who's gonna kiss you when I'm gone. Chata. It's all I have. I know you kill me when it's over. I don't wanna think about it. I want you to love me now.
Fun stuff, good stuff.
Girl, I don't need you. Tell me that you never leave. Oh, when we thought that we could. To turn darkness into light, turn evil to good. Even when we try so hard for that perfect kind of love, it could all fall apart. And who's gonna kiss you? Like it's all I have.
Yeah, big hand for Daniel. Thank you. Wow. Crazy.
Easier with a partner.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you. Wow.
No,
That's
but
the first time we've
that's-
ever done that
that's
before.
between you and your wife. I thought about that. Somebody should get up there, but I was like, nah.
No, and the other thing
you
is
did a great job.
you're trying to do it without there's no body there. You guys
Well, I
were
asked you, but you didn't want to.
I don't
So
that would be a first for me.
Right.
Man hugged that close.
Huh, that'd be two this
Yeah.
week.
What? So thank you, Billy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How long did you guys know each other before you got married?
well, we're this August 17th, we are hitting our 7th year.
7th year. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so
And besides other people getting divorced in the 7th year, we're getting
Yeah.
married.
oh,
There
okay.
you go.
So we're doing it the other way.
Good for you.
There you go.
So you were saying you were about to tell us how much your property was selling for.
no, he can't.
Well, you can look it up once it's
Jeez.
sold.
So how many acres is it?
Acres?
Yeah.
Or anchors?
Acres.
Not. It's super small.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys think? A
It's
million, 2 million? What do you think?
0.24.
0.24 acres behind. It's over here somewhere behind
Yeah,
SOB and
Yeah,
yeah.
it's on the corner.
3rd Street.
Well, I mean, a million. What do you think, Greg? How much? Couple million.
20 bucks.
Yeah. Greg has no idea. So the other thing that you have going on is you have a piece of property in Times Square.
There you
Yes,
go.
one of the last ones standing.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, I mean, it's been a blessing, actually, because after the storm, nothing else on the beach was standing from our, so to say, portfolio, whatever you want to call it, and everything else got wiped away.
Yeah.
But this one was standing, and we got this one last July. And we planned a bar, and obviously got held up. and
So
everything.
people that are watching or here know what piece of property we're talking about. It's next to Bella Mozzarella on the corner there, where you could
Well,
actually.
it's Bella Mozzarella, then it's H2O, and
Okay.
then our prop. It's the first one you see when you come over the bridge.
Well, there's the smoothie guys are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're next to
but
them.
both-
Right next to the smoothie
Right,
guys.
and the great thing about it, so we own the whole property, both units. It's actually a commercial duplex, but we,
Your wife's. I think that's your wife, right?
yeah,
I have never seen the dance without me.
How did it look, Nina? I tried.
It probably
I know.
looked weird without
not
a second
perfect.
person.
I know
but-
that.
Yeah.
No, it looked great. It looked great. We appreciate you doing that. If somebody asked me to dance or take my shirt off in public, I would never do it. So how long did you have you owned that piece
Last
of property?
July. Last July we bought this one, and then we started preparation.
What were we gonna
permits, et
what were we gonna
cetera.
make it back then? Same thing?
Same thing,
Yeah.
actually.
How much did you pay for it?
Well, you can look that up too.
I mean, can you save me a little time? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm busy.
four and a half.
$4,500.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. 4.5.
There you go.
So let me ask you a question.
So what is it's? Let's talk about what it's going to be. What is your plan? Can I get in a word? Go ahead.
Well, the plan always was to put in a bar with food. We're not going to be a full restaurant because of a lack of space for a full kitchen. That's just the honest truth. But obviously, without food, a bar doesn't work unless you're mermaids,
Right.
which we don't want to copy or anything at all. But it's going to be a bar without food. The name cannot be disclosed yet either. You got to invite me on a second show for that.
Oh boy, you're full of secrets
I know.
today.
It's
Just remember that when Marie calls you for advertising.
Oh, he's always been.
We scratch
yeah,
our back, we
no,
scratch
he's
yours. That's the way
always
it
been
works
good
in this
for that.
world. No,
So
for
it's going
sure.
to be a bar with food.
Yeah, it's going to be an island bar
Mhm.
actually, and I think that's going to be great on Times Square because sooner or later, Times Square is going to develop into something new.
Mhm, mhm.
No matter where that journey goes, we all don't know yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Depending on many different people involved.
Is it going to be open like here so people look out, or is
Yes.
it going to be closed all in?
It's actually what you see is what you get.
Okay.
You come over the bridge. We have a great big patio where most of our seating will be. And then we have a bar inside. We just cut a big hole in there so you can actually look inside when you come over the bridge too. And I think it's going to be phenomenal to sit there
Yeah.
and just people watch
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
and have a drink. We have literally I believe it's something about 25 seats, bar seats right next to each other, looking right at the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
especially in season, once we have that big traffic jam again, because the traffic's not changing,
Right.
that's going to be awesome once you make it early. And we're going to be open very early
For breakfast?
for brunch.
Yeah.
Breakfast might be too early for
Sure.
some folks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we definitely going to offer brunch because I think, especially after a storm, that's something the beach is lacking.
Now, now that building survived the 50% rule?
The 50% rule actually didn't play any part of that because the old owner remodeled it completely, and we have 6-foot concrete floor. So
What you're saying is it was below the 50% then, because
I mean,
everybody,
technically it
Yeah.
was, but that actually got never asked. So that was not the issue. The issue was 16th or 17th of November when the flood elevation changed, and we had to get our permits in before that so we can serve from the ground level
okay, so you're going to be able to serve from the ground level. Why and how?
because we put our permits in
Before.
the flood elevation change.
Okay. And that building, that whole side of that Times Square is on the ground level. And there, it seems
Technically,
like,
I mean, it's 6 foot high, but it's not 6 foot, 2-3 foot high, let's say
yeah.
like that.
Well, I don't want to get into the weeds of Times
Yeah.
Square, but you know that Times Square has to be built like 18 feet high when they.
Yeah, but we're still standing.
I
We
know,
don't-
I know.
right,
That's
yeah.
the thing that's weird. Like you guys, they're going to be 18 feet on the other side of you, and you're going to be
I'm
on the
sure at some
ground
point,
level. I
yeah.
mean, hopefully they can construct it where it kind of
Well, I'm sure
all
there's
makes
The flowing-
sense.
the flowing
thing,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
there's
Hey,
smart
I'm-
people
I'm-
out there that can engineer that. You're making it sound like
No, I'm
it's going to be
It's
fantastic.
a challenge, and I agree on that.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
So when do you think you'll be open?
Mhm.
All of my partners from Fowler, from Creative Architecture Bureau, downtown Fort Myers, told me not to put a date on it.
Mhm.
We are all hoping
Thank
that we can open in November.
Okay.
Thank you.
In
The
November,
hard
nice.
construction is going to be done within the next 30 days. So if you want to take a take a morning
Tour of
walk.
that, yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
for
come
sure.
out.
Yeah.
And
I
we
love
can-
walking around Times Square. I did it this
I
morning.
know,
I mean,
yeah.
people love to see what's going on
Yep.
in Times Square. They want
I can
Times
get
Square
you
to be
in.
rebuilt.
I can get you in.
You got a
and-
key? You got
You know
a key
a
to that
guy?
place?
Actually, not yet.
No, how big is the inside? Because you really can only see the outside.
Well, it's the same size as before for the people that remember the T-shirt shop that was in there that
Okay.
sold the turtles.
That was pretty big.
That's
Yeah,
it's
those
a,
turtles
You're
were
not
illegal.
going to sell turtles, right?
we are not selling
No.
turtles.
Yeah.
No.
No.
If there's only one good thing
Nope.
that came out of that storm is that they can't sell those turtles anymore. Thank you very much.
No.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
I can get
What's
you
the
in.
name? Did you mention the name?
He can't yet.
Oh, you
What?
can't yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're thinking, okay, you're
Bar
going to start
X.
construction in 30 days. Are you thinking you're going to open the same time as Margaritaville?
Well, he said November.
That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. We are planning on November, not because of Margaritaville, but
Mm-hmm.
because for us, operational wise, it's our first bar. Let's be all honest. It's our first bar.
We don't like to be honest on this
No,
show. So if you
that's
want to
fine.
tell a fib or lie, that's the Coconut Telegraph. It all starts right here.
Do you want to lie? You
Yeah.
look great today.
Oh, if I had feelings, that would hurt.
That's
So,
my job.
yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice. So, I mean,
No, we hope to open in November. So we have a couple. I mean, we all seen what this beach, what masses rushed to this beach last season.
Yeah.
I mean, it slowed a little bit down.
yeah.
Actually, not the traffic in Fort Myers. I don't know. I don't even know if that can be true that these are all
Right.
locals. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I've never seen that since I've
Nope.
People are
came here.
they just want to come back.
They want
just
to.
need reasons to
Absolutely.
come back. One reason after another to come
Yeah.
back. A new location that opens up. A new
Sure.
resort that opens
and
up.
that's why we really hope to open in November, which I cannot promise,
Yeah.
of course, but to have 1 or 2 months to really get into the operations and perfect
Yeah.
all that.
Where did you get that shirt, by the way?
Amazon, $20.
Amazon.
There you
I mean,
go.
when you shop on Amazon for shirts, I mean, how do you
I
know?
look for good-looking men,
Yeah.
and
On
then
Amazon?
I imagine, yeah.
You look for good-looking men on Amazon? That
Well,
sounds
I
kind of
look-
weird to
Let
me.
me finish. I look for good-looking men
Yeah.
that wear good-looking
Yeah.
stuff, and then I buy it, and most of the time it doesn't fit.
Do you wear the shirt purposely so that your chest hair pops out like that?
My
or is that-
my dad, who just left 2 days ago, always told me some girls like it and some don't.
Yeah. What
But-
does your wife think of that?
Well,
Well,
Obviously.
apparently she's my wife. So
Yeah. I mean, does she?
Can I ask? Is it going to have a certain theme? Your bar,
well, I can say
so we can move
I can
off
say-
of your chest hair for a
That's-
moment.
that's
Okay,
awesome.
Yeah.
well, he likes it apparently. So you see.
Jealous. Just
Right.
totally jealous.
It's gonna be XX Island Bar.
But I shave mine.
And that's
Okay.
that's the vibe.
Okay.
That's the vibe.
What is it?
Island Bar.
Yeah.
I want everybody to come over and just have a good time,
Yeah.
a chill time,
Yeah.
with a cold beer in their hand.
That's right.
and
It's a perfect spot, man.
and it
Perfect
is
spot.
the perfect spot for
Yeah.
that. I agree. And people will love it. I'm sure, and we put all our efforts into
know.
that.
Sweating like crazy. So, just for the record, what is your wife's favorite TV show?
It's actually that's funny. It's what's it called? It's super old. Well, in my terms, sorry.
She loves it. I'm guessing she's referring to your chest
Daniel,
hair.
Step by step.
Step by step.
step.
Step
Okay.
by step, day by day. Na, na,
Yep,
na,
you got it
different
right.
kind of
All right.
way.
What is your wife's favorite band?
Skinny Jeans. It's my old band.
Wait, that's a band?
Yeah, it's my
Oh,
old band. Has to-
aside from you, brother, what's your wife's favorite band?
Shit.
This is not this. You've been married 1 week and you've already
I know.
forgotten.
No,
You don't know her favorite. What is your wife's favorite movie?
Probably. I know that Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that a good thing that your wife's favorite movie is? Isn't that strippy
Yeah, yeah,
striptease thing? Yeah, you're okay with that
I'm super
Yeah.
fine with that because
because you wear pink. I get it. What is your wife's favorite color?
Where are you going? with
green,
this?
green, blue.
Green, blue. Those are two different colors.
Yeah,
for
I
the record,
understand, but the mixture of that.
Yeah. Blue green.
Well, however
All
you
right.
call that.
Your husband says your wife says you're the best. So my husband is the best. So
Yeah,
you're
leave him
still on the
alone.
honeymoon. Did you go on a honeymoon? Where are you going?
We can't because we have work
Yeah,
to do.
Yeah, you got the honeymoon.
But we
work.
travel a lot before, so we're not keen on traveling. We live in Fort Myers now for since the storm, and we haven't been here a lot in the beginning because we had to wait for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We can't wait to be back. We still have a lot waiting to be rebuilt. Whenever that's going to happen, we don't know yet.
Okay.
But sooner or later, we'll
So
move back.
for anybody that doesn't know, when we first started raising money for the community, and we came up with the yellow shirts that said, wow, we've had 3 versions of the shirts. Do you remember what the first logo said? It said, crap. The first logo.
If you build it.
That's right. If you rebuild it,
they will come
they will
back.
come. The first version of the yellow shirt that we sold, Daniel donated 500 of those shirts. The first 500 shirts he bought, which meant all that profit from those first 500 shirts went back into the community, which went to the Women's Club and the Community Foundation before we started to shift about $150,000 in. So a big round of applause to Daniel for that. He's a big part of the community. And hopefully when his new location opens up, you will all go over there and
dance.
And dance. We just discussed the new sound system yesterday.
We got to start the place with that dance.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you
Daniel
so much.
Clarkson, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to take care of a little business here, dear. I know you like to hobnob with the folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Jorge Barrera is in the house. Where is he? He's over here. Did you read what he sold last week? A $6.1 million house on Fort Myers Beach. Yeah. And he gives a portion of his commission to the local community. He's the #1 producer in Lee County and the #4 individual agent in the entire company out of 1,500 agents for Premier Plus Realty with over $25 million in sales. That's a lot of friggin' zeros, man, in 2022. Jorge has also pledged to donate 10% of all his commissions until the end of 2025. Greg, that's 2 years from now, in case you're trying to keep track over there. He also volunteers at Buttonwood. You'll see him down there. I run into him all the time when I go to Buttonwood. If your insurance company is giving you the screw job, everybody, which probably is 90% of the people in this audience and watching at home, you need to call Dorston Claims. I got an email from somebody last week thanking us for having Mark on the show because he showed up with checks they weren't expecting from the insurance company, and they were very happy with his service. Mark Dorston will help you. He's a public adjuster, and you can give him a call at 239-849-2949. That's 239-849-2949. Dorston Claims. Mark is the man. We have a passport to give away, the Women's Club passport, which they're going to explain to us at 12 o'clock. The information is on the Women's Club website. It's also on our website. We have a story on our website. And we're going to give away a passport right now to the live audience here. So we need Marie. You need to raise your hand and answer the question if you want to win one of these. All right, here's the first question. You ready, dear? Keep your eyes out for the first person to raise their hand. Are you paying attention? The first passport, here's the question. You can play along it on the Facebook page, but you can't win because we want somebody local to win. What is a group of flamingos called? He can't win. He wins all the time. Karen? Anybody else? What is a group of flamingos called? What? A party? She found these on Google, so anybody else? All right, going once. All right. This is going to be an easier one. Are you ready? How long does it take before sea turtles lay eggs and hatch? You got to raise your hand, people. You got to play along the right way. Well, and now you have to qualify the question. Marie, these questions sucked. How long does it take before sea turtle eggs hatch? All right, that's right. 2 months. He wins. Everybody, who's got? We have a winner. Did Scott win? Scott can't win. He's part of the family. Did he win? All right, give him the pass. All right, Scott won. Congratulations, Scott. And I think they're in the envelope right there. Thank you very much. All right. So on that note, our second guest is our winner, Scott Safford. It wasn't fixed in any way. Scott, is Becky here? Becky's not here. All right. So Scott's on the hot seat. Come on in, Scott. Scott is part of the new group called Let's Go FMB. And the reason that the organization was formed was to try and speed along the rebuild process on the beach. Is that correct?
That is correct. And I'm not dancing.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So give us kind of the background, Scott, on how the whole organization came to be.
Well, it kind of happened actually really quickly. There's a lot of business owners, a lot of residents that, you know, we're at that phase where we've gotten everything. All right. We've gotten our lots cleared. We've gotten our insurance settled, and we're sitting here and nothing's happening. Now, the residential lots, the LPA and the town council has done a fantastic job getting those lots buildable. And unfortunately, a lot of the commercial lots still aren't buildable. So we want to form a group to get council focused. It's not antagonistic. We want to get council focused on getting our island built back quicker.
So more focus on the commercial lots.
No. It's lots of parts to it. It's the residents. They need help. The businesses need help. We're looking at all different avenues. We're looking at arts. We're looking at tourism. I mean, I'll give you an example. I have a vacation rental business right now, and it's actually really tough right now. People come down here and they love being here. They love the vibe, but that's during the day. After 7 o'clock, there's nothing open. It's a hard sell.
But how if you look at it from the town council's point of view, how they
Not that he's speaking for them.
No.
We're just saying.
You're right.
No, I'm not-
Whatever
I'm not
I say
speaking
is
for
only
them.
my opinion. I have no knowledge of anything, so take it with a grain of salt. So if the town council says they've improved the permitting process to a certain point and they're trying to improve it more, it seems like the biggest problem is with permits. It seems like at that meeting, one of the biggest concerns was with permits. And so how do you expect a new group to get the permitting process to move along faster?
Well, I think we've got a lot of smart people in our group that can work collaboratively and outside of council and give them some focus and give them some feedback.
So you're saying they're not focused on the permits? Is that what
No,
you mean?
I think
Don't take the words.
they've look. You do all the LPA. You do all the LPA and town council meetings,
Right.
and you see people come up to the dais, and it's 15 different things,
Right.
and everybody's got a problem, and they realize that. But we've got to get focused. We've got to get them focused and work together to.
So explain what you
recovery
mean
built
by
back.
them not being focused. Like, so if give a specific example. I mean, I understand. Like, I don't understand why people have to come to the LPA and say I need 3 feet to fit my pool in. Like, that just seems like at this stage of a rebuild, people are taking up time with pools and with sidewalks. So I mean, with things that you could almost administratively say take care of it. So
that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get administrative variances so they don't come for the LPA. They don't spend tons of money. I'll give you an example with my lot. I've got a 5,000 square foot lot. Right now, it just doesn't make sense to build something on that because you have X, which is your lot. You have T, which is the time value of money, and you have Y, which is what's going to cost to build there. So I'm going to need a CPD. It's going to cost $100,000. Now, somebody else with an acre lot is going to spend the same amount of money. The economies of scale just don't work. So we're not asking to become Miami Beach.
right.
We're asking to build back quicker with administrative variances that will make things come back faster.
And some adjustments to how the CPD is done then, so that,
Right.
that
So
it would be scaled.
there's actually 2 parts to it. There's you've got your comp plan, and then you have your land development code.
Mhm.
The land development code can be adjusted in certain areas to, reduce parking, give a little bit more height, give a little bit more density. And I'm not talking Miami Beach crazy.
Right. Where nobody's talking about that.
Right.
I'm just trying to
So-
figure out how it's going to be fair for everybody.
So let me pose this back to you, Ed. I mean, we're going in one of 3 directions. We're going either empty lots and we're going to turn into Mexico Beach.
Mhm.
And we don't want that in 5 years. We don't want to become Miami Beach. And we can't go back to the way we were.
Right.
But we can create something.
I agree with all that.
We can create something that is the new Fort Myers Beach. It's not going to be the old Fort Myers Beach. I'm sorry, but we've got to get going. We can't wait 3 to 5 years for this to happen. We've got to create some zones where in the next 1 to 3 years, stuff's
so
built out.
let's talk about your lot where the Sea Gypsy used to be. It's a small lot.
Yes, it
You
is.
can't ever go back to what you had. You had a number of units that are on the
No.
ground floor. You have to build higher, but there are restrictions in your area where you can only go so high, and then you're
Correct.
restricted. You have issues with parking because there's
Right.
no parking. So what for your specific lot? What would you ask for?
Well, I'd have to get number one. I'd have to get a CPD.
Okay.
I'd have to spend probably $100,000.
Okay, well, if you didn't have to ask for a CPD, what's your ideal situation right there?
3 or 4 stories, maybe have
Okay.
some workforce housing.
Okay, but
Maybe a taco stand on top.
but I've heard that. But my question is, people on Fort Myers Beach are afraid of heights. They've made it clear they don't want anything higher than 3 stories.
The reason we formed this group edit is we want a collaborative effort from residents as well. Let's have open dialogue. What do people want?
Yeah.
Right? Everybody says, "Oh, we're afraid of this. We're afraid." How do we know?
So
I mean, so we had 120 people at this meeting
Yeah.
that we put together in 3 days. We had 160 people online. I've got 50 people that want to be on our committees. I mean, builders, realtors, you name it, from residents.
Mhm.
So let's sit down and talk about what we want, and then go to town council. And
Okay.
so we
Let me
know
just-
we know for sure we don't want an 8-story megaplex in the middle of the island.
Mhm.
But what do we want down here?
So in the time that you've had, and I know you guys just got started, to his point, what have the residents that have showed up for the meeting, have they had a chance to say, either what he's saying, or have they said something else that they're more amenable to more height?
Yeah, we haven't gotten
Okay.
that far. I mean, we did a survey with the people that attended, and the number one thing was the rebirth of Times Square area and the downtown district. And secondly, which is crazy, is the nodes, which is coming up with a new comp plan. So people are really interested in what's going to happen in these little neighborhood nodes. And I was just shocked at the response. So the residents want.
I mean,
Things
I'm
going.
all for speed and rebuilding. I just you hear from all different factions of people that don't want it to be so high, and people say, okay, you're giving an unfair advantage now. Do you need to take it away at a certain point down the road because you gave people special treatment during a special time? And how do you roll that back? And you're creating is a pink zone really spot zoning?
Just
I mean,
stole my. Well, let him explain to people that might not know, because the
Yeah.
pink zone thing came up, and not everybody.
Right. So just to explain a pink zone, usually it happens in.
It's not where everybody's wearing our pink shirts.
Right.
Just to be
So
clear.
where the word pink comes
Although
from
that'd
is
be
it's
great.
not a red zone where there's a lot of red tape. We reduce the red tape. It usually happens in cities like Buffalo, Cleveland, Milwaukee, where you've got a neighborhood, the shopping mall closed, all the bars and restaurants closed. All of a sudden, that whole area becomes blighted, and the town comes in and says, "Look, we've got to revitalize this neighborhood, but with the current building codes and everything else, and the current process that takes so long, we're going to reduce the fees on one end.
Mhm.
We're going to fast track all the redevelopment, and we're going to give you a little bit more, not crazy."
do you think, based on the amount of devastation in this 7 miles, that's realistic?
Yes.
That you can do that?
Yes.
How okay, let's say you decide that the downtown district is going to be a pink zone.
Well,
Why-
I'm not.
No.
I'm not
Okay,
deciding. I mean,
somebody decides the downtown district is going to be a pink zone.
Okay.
They get reduced fees. They get whatever the changes are that makes it go faster. Why can't the people on Hibiscus say, we want Hibiscus to be a pink zone? We're ready to roll. Reduce
Well,
our fees,
so-
and then you go down to another street,
So
another
let-
street.
Let me answer that question. I think, I was in front of the M&P meeting last week,
Mhm.
and our mayor said, "Hey, it's not that we don't want change. We just want change too much." So people are afraid of going to that next level and what they're going to see. So if we create a pink zone, that's one little area. Let's see what happens. But if we don't do anything, we're going to have empty lots.
But do you think that the town really isn't doing anything?
No. I'm saying for small commercial lots, there's nothing happening, Ed.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the residential lots right now. we've made it that everything's buildable. We've tackled the small postage stamps lots. We've tackled the corner lots. We've tackled the parallelogram lots. So now everybody knows what they can do and what they can build, and they have to make a decision. Hey, X plus Y doesn't equal Z. I'm selling. But as Jorge will tell you, he's selling stuff.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because the town council's done a great job of making sure residential lots are people know what they're getting themselves into. But the commercial lots aren't. I mean, the properties that are selling commercially are places that already exist, or somebody's really close to Margaritaville, and God bless them. That's but the other commercial lots that are empty aren't moving.
I think the other thing too is, at least from what I was reading about pink zones, it is a way to allow small business owners to get in there and be able to afford to do something. And what you do here, or what I have heard from people in the community, I'm not in the community, but I've heard from them, is that they want the mom and pops back. Well, you can't get the mom and pops back if the cost to entry is so high. Is that's
correct?
A fair state? Okay.
And you got to realize mom and pops are the soul of an island. Alex King can't sponsor every soccer team on this island. I mean,
yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Well, he can, but Alex King can't be at every.
But you want some variety.
I mean, you've got to have some variety. I mean, the owner operators that live on the island keep their money here. They spend their money here. And it's a fabric of any community. You've got these people are volunteering at Taste of the Beach. They're volunteering at different things. I mean, that's the heart and soul. We don't want our money. What's going to happen is either these lots are going to be empty or they're going to be massed. And luckily, a couple of projects now are locally owned. Yeah, and that's fantastic. But who's to say that the next guy that comes in here isn't local? Our money could be going to China. We want to keep our money here. We want to keep the fabric of the island and our soul on this island.
So where do you propose the first pink zone?
Well, we're, talking at the M&P meeting last week. The town attorney said that the only zone that lines up right now is the downtown zone. I'm not sure that's 100% true, but he's our town attorney. So
he will be until Monday when he's out.
I'm not even going to comment that. But the one zone that lines up right now is the downtown area.
Where does that?
And why is that?
And where is that?
It's goes from here. I don't know where it ends. Probably around my place.
That's
a big area.
Okay, I didn't know. I just assumed this road was Times Square.
I don't know.
I mean, downtown.
Right. We're not going to hold you to it.
So
we're not
don't hold me to it.
Yeah.
So we, after our meeting, 3 things happened that were really positive. Number one, we got the town council to speed up the comp plan process. Light a fire under the sky. We got to get going. We need a new comp plan. I think we all have agreed, the LPA and the town council, of what kind of the foundation of that is. But we've got to get going because it has to be ratified by the LPA, then it has to be ratified by the council, and it goes off to the state for 60 days.
So the question I have is, if you want to rebuild the Sea Gypsy, you have to do a CPD. Well, you don't have to, but
I don't have to, but it doesn't make any sense. Ed. I can't spend all that money and not get a return on my investment, and nobody's going to buy my lot with things in place.
But a lot of, like, maybe Moss Marine is going to do a CPD. Got a project coming up at Pink Shell that I don't know, may need a CPD. I mean, I don't even think most people understand what a CPD is. But so people, what you have your lot,
right?
And you've had that lot for how long?
We've owned it for almost 11 years now.
11 years. And so people are asking for drastic changes to the LDC and the
we're not asking for drastic changes. We're asking for we're asking for slight changes.
What's a slight change? To go up 4 stories instead of 3? I mean, be specific. Okay, so
give us an extra floor, maybe another extra floor.
Don't count the bottom.
Don't count the bottom. Recalculate FAR.
Okay.
I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, we're not. I mean, people think we're asking for Miami Beach.
No, nobody said that. I think what people are trying to get a grasp of is what the hell are people asking for? What are they comfortable with? How high are they going to go?
Well, so that's why we started this group, because we're going to have committees that are going to dig deep. We're going to look at grant money. We're going to look at other things that we can get experts in from outside our town and give us sage advice. And let's go. And
So
that's why we're called Let's Go. So
what? What are you giving me dirty looks for? I'm only.
No, he's fine.
Shitty questions? Is that why you're giving me dirty looks?
No, he's not giving me shitty questions.
All right.
Your hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
So
But
you're
what was your point about the CPD thing? You never.
because Beverly Milligan was complaining about a $7,000 traffic study.
It's absurd.
But she got it. But she got a CPD.
But she spent $7,000 on a traffic study, which is
Okay,
absolutely absurd.
But a part of a CPD is you have to get a traffic study, right?
Exactly.
But is that a town requirement or a state requirement?
No, that's a town requirement.
Oh, the town requires you to get a traffic
Right.
study.
So again, what
Okay.
I want
I
to do
didn't know
is, so you've got 4 things. You've got parking, density, FAR, height. You've got those 4 things. That's in the LDC. The comp plan is another thing.
Mhm.
But you on the town level, you've got this process that you have to go through. It burns up time. It burns up money. It burns up all these things.
So the town can change the rules of the CPD
yes, they can.
without going to the state.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
It's
CPD or the comp plan?
No, so we're trying to eliminate people getting CPDs.
Okay.
We want someone on town staff to be in charge of the pink zone.
I see.
And then you walk in your application, and based on height, density, everything else, parking that the town council's agreed on and the residents are okay with, they walk that application in,
Mhm.
and it's fast tracked without a lot of fees, and it's done quickly.
Okay.
And you can do this, and so you can set it off. Takes 3 years. Okay.
What does?
You can create a pink zone that only lasts for 3 years, and then you focus on small wins
Mhm.
that can be attainable in the first month, not first month, but from 1 year to let's say
the next
18
year.
months.
Mhm.
7-Elevens, things on the other side of Estero that don't need DEP permits,
Mhm.
and you can focus on those lots and get those built quicker
Okay.
and affordably.
So would this be for smaller lots though?
Yeah.
Or is it it's just
it's-
going to be for,
We don't know yet. I mean,
But,
Because it
we're
seems
trying to we're trying to figure out the legalese of this. I mean,
right?
because
Well,
the
it
big
seems
one-
like that's your,
Our
that's
goal
what
is-
you're saying
yeah,
is like,
but this
it's
is
the smaller
so
lots
this
that
is
need
just
the help.
one portion of our group. I mean, it's about residents. It's about infrastructure. There's so many different things, but the first thing we want to tackle was the business aspect of keeping the small businesses together.
well, I don't think anybody disagrees that that we want more businesses to be open and can't figure out why there's no construction going on the island. Like
Right? I mean, I mean,
we always thought the Whale was going to be the first one to start rebuilding, but they're still sitting inside a fence with a tent out there.
right.
Or-
And, I mean, those guys, it's tough. I mean,
why is it tough for them?
Well, how's
it's
he gonna
hot. They have no air conditioning.
No, I don't mean that. I mean,
it-
why aren't they building yet?
They're in permitting right now. I don't know. I can't speak for Mike, but I know Mike's going to be part of our organization.
Yeah.
I know we've got builders, we've got realtors, we've got
No,
a
big
lot
group.
of,
Yeah, it was
and
a
we've got
big group.
residents that want a voice.
I guess what always worries me is we got a town council, we got an LPA, and now we have another group, and now we're another layer of government somehow, or
we're-
a committee or something.
Ed,
There's so many
So
people now, and
we're-
I mean, diagnose
so-
the problem and fix it.
let me
You always
let-
try
let
to
me re-
distill it down, and
yeah,
it's just not that
let me
simple.
respond. Let me
Okay.
respond to that. So at a town council meeting, you've got 15 people talking about 15, 20 different things.
Yeah.
So we can be one group. They've agreed that we have one counselor that's gonna be our go-between, Karen Woodson, who's fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
And now we can get our subcommittees and our committees together and go to Karen and say, hey, these are the top 5 issues. Boom, boom, boom. So 15 people or 20 people don't need to go to town council. We can give Karen her thing. When it's her turn, she's like, I spoke to the group. These are the top 5 things we need. So we're actually trying to help them.
Streamline.
We're trying to streamline the process. So
Mm-hmm.
we're not a political group. There's, look, we're all doing this for free, but
yeah,
there are a lot of people that really want this island to move forward.
I
So-
agree
so
with
either
that 100%.
Like I said,
I don't know what the answer is. I'm just asking the questions.
So we don't.
But it's not. But Fort Myers Beach's pink zones are basically used for revitalization in urban areas like blight, I mean, I guess you could say. I guess you could say it's
What is
blight.
that over there? That's.
But
I'm
well,
sick of
that's
looking at it.
okay. That you want to talk about that?
No, I don't
That's
wanna
all
talk about
effed
it.
up in the FEMA nightmare. But
Right,
that's
so-
not. But it certainly looks like blight.
Hey, if you want to drive back to my house, I'll show you some blight.
I've seen it. I saw it today. I guess.
Come on.
I guess. But people have money and they're gobbling up property on this island because they know there's.
They are not gobbling up commercial property yet. They are not. You can
Okay.
ask him right here. All right.
Is he right? All right. All right.
Good.
All right. Hey, I'm only asking. I'm not
No,
saying I
you're
know
not.
the
I,
answer.
am not taking
You're-
offense.
I want-
I'm not taking offense or umbrage
I
to
want
it.
the
And-
businesses to open too. I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but
Well,
so
I don't know what the answer is, but I know we're gonna provide a different avenue to create
Right.
hopefully a solution.
I guess from hearing from what people say, they want to rebuild back to the way it was.
That's not
Everybody
gonna
knows.
happen.
Everybody knows it can't go back to the way it was. But when you hear builders say, "Well, I have to go higher because the cost of rebuilding, and I have to have the number of rooms," and then all of a sudden you're getting higher than what you're allowed to have, according to the LDC and the comprehensive plan. And then, so how do you fix all that? How do you fix all that so it's fair for everybody? Because if you're going to go a certain level, it has to be fair for everybody. Yes or no?
I agree, but
So it's going to be higher.
so
Are you
so-
saying get
so
used to it? It's going to be higher.
It's going to be higher.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's
Well, everybody's got to build up.
It's either going to be
Everything's going to be higher.
empty land,
Yeah.
and Mexico Beach, or we've got to all agree. And again, we're creating this group to get everyone together. And what can you stomach? What is it? Four stories, 5 stories? We know it's not 8 stories. We
Right,
saw their
right,
presentation.
Right.
So let's go. That's why our group is called
Yeah.
Let's Go. I mean,
So
let
what
the builders involved? And
What
why.
is the right number? From
I-
what you hear from people that you talk to, how high are they willing to go?
We haven't had committee meetings yet. I would say
I don't mean committee meetings. Scott, you're in the community. You talk to people now. Shoot me straight here.
I would say 3 to 4 stories, and if you add some workforce housing component, maybe 5. That may be a little too high, but it depends on what area of the island. I mean, that's why we're going to.
So when you say you're going up 5, then you're squeezing it in, right? So you're not blocking the corridors.
there's a lot involved, so yes, but everybody wants.
And
view
I'm a
quarters.
dummy. And I'm just saying, all I hear is it turns into some kind of cake
No,
when you
we're
get
not
higher.
trying-
Right?
Again, we want a taco stand on top. So. But no, we have to move forward, Ed. I mean, we've got to get a collaborative.
I'm not disagreeing
effort.
with that. I'm just trying to put picture in my
I
mind.
don't
If
know.
you
So
get
that-
4, let's say
But
you
I
get
don't
4.
think they're that far down the road
Yeah,
yet.
you're thinking way
asking
down the
him
road.
to
We-
prognosticate.
this-
God forbid that I
You're
think down the
trying
road
to
instead of
hang him up.
yesteryear.
Oh, well, you're trying to hang him up, and
Yeah,
I'm not.
don't
I'm
get
trying-
don't get hung up in the minutia. We want to actually create a pink zone, and then with community feedback.
what is your idea
what's
there?
your idea?
I'm not. You say minutia. I think that height is the biggest concern
So
of
what is
everybody
your
on this
idea?
island. I don't know. I don't have an idea. I don't live on the island.
Right.
right, well, then
But
what-
I hear
but
people
we-
say all the time, "No way, no way, you're going that high." I'm not. I'm just feeding back to you what you hear. People are afraid of heights on this island. They don't want the view blocked, no matter where it is. Scott, do you disagree with that? I'm not saying that I
No,
agree with it.
I don't want Miami
Nobody
Beach.
wants
20,
that.
I don't want 20.
Right, but
20
but some
these-
people on this island, 4 is too high,
well,
right? But nobody can make that. Nobody can make those numbers
right.
work.
So I challenge all those
Yeah,
keyboard.
you're
I
arguing
challenge.
something that can't be done. I
Yeah,
mean,
wait,
it
wait,
has to
this-
go
this-
up.
It has to go up.
Okay.
We have to get.
All right.
We have to get community feedback.
It's
I'll
just
come
gonna
back
be
in a
how
month or
high?
2
All right.
and tell you what that what that height is.
What-
And then it goes to the LPA, and then it goes to the council, and we all agree it's a collaborative effort.
Does the LDC and the comprehensive plan right now allow for 4 stories
No.
or higher? So that has to be changed.
Yeah.
Didn't the LPA and the town council agree jointly that they didn't want to change it? And went on record twice because Anita asked
They-
it a couple of weeks ago.
They did, but I think when you look at what's happening with these lots, we're going to have to go higher. And I'm sorry, I'm going to dissent because I'm living it. I'm breathing it every day. I can't build back economically.
Okay.
You
Well, I
gotta
mean,
get
if you
ROI.
make the change, then the change is the change. But I'm
Right.
just saying, I watched
Yeah.
Anita ask that question. If anybody has changed their mind on the LDC and the comprehensive plan,
There's going to be more conversation. We're having a huge LPA meeting on Tuesday discuss
Things
how we
change too.
be-
I mean,
how
Dear,
we-
you don't need to
as
argue with
people
me.
get more information.
I know you're trying to calm me down, but you don't.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
get excited. I mean, I think we're
all
we're,
these.
we're
I
gonna
think
ha- we're
all
gonna
these
have a dis-
questions are going to come up.
So we're going to have a huge huge discussion on Tuesday
On the
about how we
FAR.
calculate FAR. But
Yep.
but again, I can give 3, 4, 5 FAR, but if the LDC restricts me on height and everything else, you'll never get to that
Right,
FAR number.
right.
So
right.
it's really the land development code.
And so for people that don't understand that, and I certainly don't understand it, the FAR is the floor area ratio and how
Right.
you calculate. And really, the discussion is going to be about that bottom level.
Right. So basically, for FAR 101, it's basically if you have a 10,000 square foot lot and you have a floor to area ratio of 2, you can build 20,000 square feet. That's as far as your multiplier on your square footage of your lot. So you can build 20,000 square feet. Now, with setbacks and height and everything else, most people will never get there. Okay. So the way you calculate the FAR right now is that you count the bottom level, which
could be
is
parking.
usually just parking.
Yep.
So what what I'm hearing and what the feedback I'm getting is that, hey, let's not calculate FAR on the unusable space of the parking. Let's calculate FAR on the usable
on the livable,
space.
on the buildable.
And
Yeah.
it makes common sense.
Well,
And we're going to have this discussion, and we'll see what
I
happens.
don't think that is goes on in other municipalities.
Collier
when they're-
County,
yeah.
Collier County doesn't
yeah,
count the ground level.
So
Yeah.
two counties calculate FAR that way. Fort Myers, Lee County doesn't even
calculate
deal
FAR.
with FAR.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, these
well,
are-
you'll have an energetic debate about that because there are people on the island that say you count it from the ground level
and that's
because
fine.
because they're afraid of heights.
Right, so that's fine. But let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
but then I mean,
And this is why we have this
it's a
community.
catch-22.
It's not a catch-22.
Well,
We gotta-
right
we gotta
now
move
it
forward.
is.
Well, the catch-22 is nothing's happening, Ed.
That's true. Well, that's not a
So-
catch-22. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So it's a fact. Nothing's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've
Well,
got builders here. I've got
Part of
realtors here. They want to get going. Residents want to get going.
I think
agree.
the other thing is as
So-
you get the information out and you educate people about it's got to change, it's going to change, you're going to find some common ground with those folks who feel so
Yeah.
far one way. You're going to bring them in, and that's the whole point, is to educate
So
and find
I'll
common ground.
I'll challenge all these keyboard cowboys out there.
Yeah.
What have you done in the last 3 weeks? Have you gone to your happy hour, which is awesome? Thank you guys for doing that. You're helping the businesses. Did you help clean up that canal back there? Have you helped clean up sidewalks? I
Right.
mean, what are you doing?
Right.
And if you don't live here, what are you doing in your community? Are you going to pancake breakfast? Are you going to chamber luncheons? I mean, if you're just sitting on your keyboard complaining, you used to live here and you don't want to see it change, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We got to change.
I think that if there's a way to speed up the process to get buildings built, just has to be fair for everybody.
It does. And
Yeah.
we'll work it out. But we there's not a group that formed saying keep FMB,
Right.
build a debris
Right.
and empty lots.
And screw you. And screw the rest of you.
I mean, I don't see that group forming.
Right,
I
right.
see the group we formed as let's
Okay.
go. Let's get things going.
So if the FAR changes, right, and you
Mhm.
don't count the bottom level,
Right.
how does that apply to Moss Marina?
Well, they haven't put their thing in yet.
I know you got to be like that because you're on the LPA, but they're right now.
Because I'm on the LPA, Ed, I really
Okay.
can't comment.
All right.
I've been so involved with what
All
they're
right,
doing.
all right,
And,
fair is
and-
fair. That's fair.
And,
I mean,
but they've been great.
Yeah.
They've had public forums.
Yeah.
They've brought every LPA member and every town councilor that wanted to speak to them. We've given them ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That-
don't agree with everything.
that project would activate this side of the beach like crazy. I mean, and the
Yeah.
way that Times Square is all muffed up over there with
Yeah.
the different things
Right,
going on,
so-
this would be the spot.
Yeah. So the way I look at it, I mean, they've been kind enough to bring us in individually. We've given them feedback, but I look at it when their proposal comes. I'm going to have an open mind. I mean, it's going to be a quasi judicial thing. I
Yeah.
mean, people are going to say no. People are going to say yes, and I've got to look at it like I'm a judge in a trial. So we all know we need something down here. I don't know
What
it's
the
gotta
final
be that
product
big
will
or
be.
that
Right,
large,
right.
but I mean, he's
He's been great.
He's making it happen.
Yeah.
So I have to give him credit. He's
built.
He's one of the guys that are let's go.
And he's local, and he's been running that business his family's been running that business for decades, and
Right.
that's what you want. It really.
You really do.
Same thing with Margaritaville.
You don't want your money going to China.
Right. I don't. Well, you brought that up twice now. I'm starting to worry that there's money going to China.
The Margaritaville in the Bahamas is owned by the Chinese.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for people that comment on our page that Jimmy Buffett is making millions of dollars off the Margaritaville, I mean, that's just class one dumbassery. I mean, he's making money off the fact that the TPI has bought the rights to that name. It's just silliness.
You got to understand, Tom and Mary and John, they've people shouldn't go through what they went through
my God.
to get this. This is
Torture.
It's ridiculous. They're
it's worse than waterboarding.
It's worse than war. And then we get a hurricane on top of it. I mean, these guys are upstanding. What they've gone through shouldn't happen again. And if we have that community that doesn't want stuff to prohibit stuff, we're going to be Mexico Beach.
It's the next few years is going to be interesting, especially at the LPA. I mean, the LPA, you guys are in the catbird seat right here with so many things that will come to you first.
Right. But again, with this pink zone concept, we don't want everything clogged up with, a 2-foot setback, a 3-foot setback. It takes up our time. It takes up staff's time. It costs people money. We need some more administrative variances where they can walk these things through.
Didn't they talk about setting up templates so like that would make, if you came in with something, there's already a template for that and it could be administratively approved?
Well, we're trying to get to that point. I mean, I think we've made great strides in the last 6 months. I mean, the first couple months was just total chaos, but I think we've gotten focused. But I'd like to see more administrative variances.
Is Steve Poposky the right person to run that department?
I don't know. I create the rules. I don't enforce them and do everything else.
All right.
So I think everybody at town right now is super valuable. I mean, Sarah's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I would, for everyone watching, my suggestion, and I've gone through variances with our vacation home and the home we're rebuilding, is go to town staff, sit down, have a pre-planning meeting. So many people put in their permits and applications. They don't know what they're doing. They've never done it before.
That's right.
And they haven't talked to town. And town's like, what is this?
It's a nightmare for people,
Right.
Scott, because they've never done it before.
Sure. But my one, my one piece of advice as being on the LPA is go to town hall, go to the permitting department.
Not the one that's going to be knocked down. You mean the real town hall,
right?
The one in the trailer.
Go to the trailer.
Yeah.
They're more than welcoming. They always want to help. And if you go to them and say, hey, this is my lot, this is what I want, what can I do? They'll guide you.
Yeah.
And then when you put it, you say you need a variance, or if you do it this way, you don't need a variance, which saves them a ton of money and a ton of time.
Yeah.
But people aren't doing that.
You also have to make sure or find a contractor that like Scott Allen, that follows up, that knows how to do the paperwork,
right,
and knows not to leave a homeowner hanging. Like a lot of the times.
Well, the other thing wait a minute
ahead.
is to when you're building something like you were just saying, is know what you can put there rather than just go with what you want to put there and then make it fit, because that's going to be way more expensive.
So the house we live in, we're actually lifting it. We're doing demo, hopefully, knock on wood, right after 4th of July. We've been either myself or my wife and or a builder have been at town hall at least 5 times, making sure we're doing everything correctly. We had, even before Ian, we were planning to do this, but now when we walk that application in, they already know about it. They've already given us parameters to work in, and now it's gonna go through a little quicker. But other people just aren't doing that,
Right.
And that's where I think not all the frustration of permitting, but I think a lot of people just haven't had a pre-planning meeting, which is essential. And it's not just here; it's anything affected by Hurricane Ian. People are saying the same thing, but I think if you are proactive and you have a great builder that knows what people are taking these guys from Louisiana that just got their Florida license, and they're coming in here.
Scott, let me ask you this. Why don't you just say that the entire island of Fort Myers Beach is a pink zone?
Well,
clear out the waivers or the fees, reduce the fees, make it easy for everybody.
Because just what Dan Aller said in our MMP meeting, people are afraid of drastic change. So let's.
Well, what you're talking about, making it easier for people to get through the process. You reduce the fees a little bit. I mean, aren't you?
Well,
Isn't that what a pink zone is? You're making it a little bit easier.
Maybe we can.
I mean, the whole island is
what-
devastated.
so
I mean, you
what
can't go down any street without there being.
Right.
Right. I'm right now. My sister-in-law is the only person living on our street. There's 20 houses, and she's the only. Her and my dog Dudley are the two people living on our street.
Well,
I mean,
the
it's
dog's not a people.
Well,
No.
Is it a
he kinda
people?
is.
Two,
Yeah.
yeah.
The dog's a people
Yeah,
person.
Yeah,
Person?
Dudley is.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Mac is more, but anyways, to my point, we've got to get our one guy is fixing his house. One
Yeah.
guy's already fixed
Yeah.
his house. They're snowbirds, but every resident that's living here. I mean, talk to Greg. I mean, you live it every day. You see, the progress is glacial. It's not a sprint, and we need to get back to where this is a sprint. And our group, we formed this group to help Greg build back quicker. We've helped realtors get stuff sold, builders. I mean, it's a community effort. It's not just, hey, Scott wants his Sea Gypsy built back. It's a community effort.
So just make it clear to people watching and listening, how is developing this group not a shot at the failure of the government? How do you get that across?
It's not. This is not. We're not creating. Excuse my French. We're not creating a bitch session. I mean, if you guys were kind enough to broadcast our thing, it was a collaborative effort of how we can move forward. I don't want to hear about your problems from 4 months ago. We all went through it. I mean, I had friends swimming for their lives. I mean, okay, that's over with. We need to rebuild this island. What the facts are, Ed, is that I've got a vacation rental company, and I'm renting, and people come down and they're like, holy shit, well, this place is, wow, it's bombed out. What do I do? Well, you can go here, go there. But at night, there's nothing to do.
Totally
there's nothing
agree.
open.
Totally agree.
I mean, I think we've lost. We've got to agree that 2024 season is going to be not very good. But I don't want to say the same thing about 2025 or 2026. Right. We got to again. That's why our motto is "Let's go."
How do people get involved in the group? I know people have asked us how to get involved, so please tell them.
We have a Facebook page, Let's Go FMB. We're having our committee organizational meeting Wednesday from 1 to 3 at Diamond Head. If you want to get on one of the committees, we've got several different committees, whether it be business, residential, arts, recreation, tourism. We'd love everybody to come out and get on a committee, get involved. Because again, sitting on your keyboard bitching is not going to help.
All right. Scott, thanks so much. What happened to Becky? She was coming on the show, and did she hear?
She probably heard you and was like, hell no.
I apologize if I offended you, dear. I mean, I don't
know. But
all right.
I mean, she's here in spirit.
All right.
We all are.
Thank you. Scott Safford, everybody. And let's go FMB. Yeah, I know you're angry at me. Why are you angry at me? I just find that I feel like those are interesting questions.
Okay, then ask them in an interesting way, not in a way.
Well, I can't change myself after 57 years. Mike Bannock, people, we were going down. I was going down one of the streets. I've already forgotten what street I was on this morning.
I'm not helping you out.
And I saw a house that really, really needed to be knocked down. It was dangling, and the stairs were like sideways. So if you need something knocked down, you should call Mike Bannock.
Absolutely.
Wow.
There you go.
352-636-3719 for Mike Bannock. He will remove the debris. He won't just push it out into the neighbor's yard like some people are doing right now. He will actually remove the debris, which is really what you need to do now because nobody's coming down your street and picking it up. So give Mike a call at 352-636-37. Oh, Nan's on the show. 352-636-3719.
I'll tell you, Mike Bannock is awesome.
Oh, good.
And anyone that has worked with him says he treats it like his own property.
Yeah.
He does seem
The guy's
like
got a
really
love
nice
for-
guy.
He's got a love for this island now.
When we were doing the street sweeping thing, he got out there with some big giant
Digger
machine.
thing. Yeah,
it was just
yeah.
like throw the shit in here to help
Yep.
clean it up.
That's
so
just how he is. He's
Yeah.
a good guy.
So, Nan, you and I have a little.
We're gonna have words.
Yeah.
Can you do that after we go through this?
I
And
need
then
to get this
so I
off
can
my
leave?
chest right now.
You need to keep stuff on
Nan,
your chest. That's
I love
what
you,
you
Nan.
need to do.
I love you. I love your dog more, but I love
I know
you.
everybody loves my
Yeah.
dog more than me.
How come you didn't bring your
a
dog
common
today?
theme.
Yeah.
Most people know my dog's name.
Last week, while we're doing the pub crawl,
Yes.
you did something that was totally inappropriate.
Well, I was trying to raise a little additional money
Because we
the women's
weren't
club.
raising enough money for you.
No, it was just a fun thing. It was actually
No,
my
it was not
husband's
fun
idea.
at all. Oh, sure.
over
Blame
here.
it on the dude.
It was.
Because that's what a dude wants to see another dude without
No,
his shirt off.
He just wanted you to dance. I threw in the take off the shirt part. So
Yeah. So
And it
she
worked.
forced me to take my shirt off,
I did
which I
not.
did for like 5 seconds.
Yes.
And it was so painful.
And I had the most evil eyes.
Yeah. Oh,
boring
for
holes
sure.
into
And
my
there is
soul.
going to
Yeah.
be revenge.
It
Like,
was
this is
awful.
just stage one of.
You can
a-
tell I've had to seek treatment
Yes.
for him for
Uh-huh.
his trauma.
When we went
apparently.
home that night, I made sure she went through her phone and deleted all the pictures. If there was, I prayed, I pleaded with the people last weekend at the Whale to delete any videos. And I used my daughter as an example. Like, I have a daughter, please.
Oh, come on.
She's 25. The last thing she needs to see is her dad on Facebook with his effing shirt off. It's so embarrassing that I'm even her dad to begin with. So
So
Oh, Ed.
But we
next time
did-
you go swimming, what are you going to
I
wear?
don't go swimming except for my own pool.
How
That's
much
not
extra was
true.
raised?
We raised $255.
See,
250. That's
255
embarrassing.
I think
extra
that's worth it.
dollars.
Brad could take
For
his shirt
the
off now and
women's
raise
club.
$500. That guy
Well,
climbs
there you
Mount
go.
Everest.
All right.
So we
Let's
did
do it.
we did wind up raising $5,300 for the women's club last
Plus the
week, which was nice.
$255.
Which was
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So
Mhm.
hopefully that'll
It was
go to
awesome.
something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you guys got going on now?
Amazing. So we have a fun new fundraiser that we're doing for the Women's Club. It is the Beach Passport, Pub Crawl Passport. So, of course, like every good
What are you
idea,
doing?
this came up with a couple beers.
I love how he just,
He just left.
stays for all the crap talk
I know.
and
And
then-
then he just left.
and then he just
He
leaves.
asked me the question and then he left.
and then he left because his stupid bladder is the size of an
I'm so
acorn.
glad we have you.
Oh, thank you.
So anyhow, like all good ideas, this came up after a couple beers, and we decided, wouldn't it be fun to have a passport for all the open businesses on the beach to be able to promote themselves, be able to promote certain things they want to do. So it could be a buy two, get one free. It could be get an appetizer. And just like your regular passport, you go in, you take advantage of the deal.
Here, I can
Here, you got to do some of this.
Nan's done
you-
enough.
I know. You take advantage of the deal, and then you get your passport stamped.
Okay.
Once your passport is fully stamped, you either send it or bring it back to one of the representatives of Women's Club. We'll go ahead and make note of it. If you are one of the first 1,000 people that completes your passport, you get a beach towel with all the restaurants that have participated, all
Oh,
their
nice.
logos on it, and a map of the beach. This is a tuna skin beach towel. It's a $35 value, which is
Mhm.
already higher than what you paid for your passport. And you get your passport back, and it's commemorative. And we're hoping that every single year, this just grows and grows and grows.
So how many are in there? How many places?
We have 12, minus, unfortunately, the lazy coconut,
right.
which we've already stamped. So you already have
Have that
one stamp the minute you put your little paws on your passport.
And what's an example of some of the deals that are in there?
Okay. Let me find a good one in here.
They're all good.
They're all good.
They're all good.
Rude shrimp. Purchase 2 adult beverages and receive the chef's homemade queso and chips for free.
Nice.
Have you had rude shrimp queso?
I have not, but that sounds
It's
delightful.
insane.
Okay, La Ola has enjoy your BOGO La Ola named cocktail in the heart of Times Square. Yucatan, we have a swing waiting for you. Enjoy half off any cocktail, and they're fully open now.
Okay.
And Wahoo Willie's, of course. I'm gonna grab 1 free cocktail, beer, or wine with the purchase of an entree, basket, or sandwich.
So there's 12 on there.
There is.
So I'm not sure. I don't think I could do it all in one day. But so,
No, but you know, a
could.
nice long weekend.
And he'd probably lose
A
his
nice
shirt doing it. So
that's
So-
only, never mind.
a couple things I want to point out though on the passport.
You're
The
losing your
front art
balance.
is this beautiful picture of the pier done
Mhm.
by our local artist Chester Rogers.
yes.
Love
We
him.
love Chester, and we are so excited that he joined in and gave us this beautiful print to use for our passports. We also want to go ahead and mention our sponsor that made this possible, which is Alex King and Coastal Realty. So they have been absolutely fantastic to work with, and they are the reason that this has been pushed into motion.
By the way, you can buy passports today.
You can buy
how
passports
much
are
today. Passports are $25.
Okay.
Buy as many as you'd like. You can buy them online on our website, which is fmb-wc.org. We also have our amazing admin, Martha, who is working out of the Buttonwood location because
Okay.
she needed a space to work. She is there every day. So you can even swing into Buttonwood and get your passports there. So we have lots of different ways to get them. Cash, check works best. If you're online, then you could do it through card.
So get your passport and start
July
stamping.
eating and drinking.
Start
July
stamping.
1st.
And every restaurant
yeah,
has their
okay.
own stamp.
Okay.
They've been created just for that restaurant. So they look just like a
Yeah.
passport, feel just like a passport, and they're a lot of fun.
At what point will you be at one of the locations with your shirt off?
I could do it now for charity.
For charity,
Okay.
which is
your
Women's Club charity. Wait, not yet. Jesus. You didn't even let me start getting bids.
husband- She knew something was up there. Her husband didn't flinch, so he knew something was up there.
It was all his idea again. See,
Yeah.
it's all Jeff.
I didn't
I
even
will
get a
say-
chance to
That's the
start it
problem.
at $50.
I will say,
Because I know it wouldn't
You're
go that
such
high.
a cheap date.
did you see the look on his face?
What
I
face?
mean,
He's just like, oh well.
So
Here she
did
goes.
you
no,
guys-
he was like,
Talk about some of
No.
the stuff the Women's
Don't
Club
do
does
it.
for the community.
I won't embarrass anybody.
God, what
here.
what
Where
don't
do
we
we
do,
start?
right?
Yeah.
You know, the Women's Club mission has always been to support the other nonprofits on the island. It's become critical after the storm because so many of our nonprofits now don't have spaces to go to anymore,
Mhm.
like us. I mean, we lost our building as well. But that unity that we have to be able to support these other nonprofits, we do it through the Putt and Pub event, which will be coming up in January. Always a fun event.
Well, that's breaking news right there. I didn't know the pub and
Yes.
Putt.
Putt and Pub will be back in January.
Who's participating in that?
Well,
Wahoo Willie's for sure.
Well, we're nailing
working
down
on
the
it.
rest of our
Yep.
restaurants.
Wait,
we hope
where's
Wahoo
Billy?
Willie's.
Get his ass out
Billy,
here.
let's
He's
put
not
you on the
committed to it
spot
yet?
here.
He didn't commit to this yet.
He's not
But
100%.
this is a perfect spot
I
to be
know,
the starting
I
spot
know.
for it. Where's Billy? Somebody get Billy out here.
Of course, Rude Shrimp.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to have
Now-
Laola,
Laola. Yeah.
Beach Bar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the
Yucatan.
Whale because they may be in,
Right, it might
in
be started
building.
construction, right.
Yucatan, Lighthouse. Who am I missing? Yeah. Right now we
We
have
have
five.
So how many do you really need?
We need 9.
9. So
Mhm.
how could we set up a hole somewhere? Where would we set up a hole?
I love this idea.
Yeah, where could we have a tent and the whole
Why
thing?
don't we
and-
chat afterwards and
yeah,
we
we
figure
could
it out?
find a piece of property and maybe we should do it at the park. We could get the old plaque out, put the plaque
Yeah.
in front.
Yeah.
We could put the plaque right around where people can whip the ball at it as hard as possible. Wow, that would be a great idea. We could do it right in the park.
Oh gosh.
Right in front
Let's
of the
work
park.
on it.
Do you know somebody
I-
that's connected in
I
this
don't.
town that
I
might be
really
able
don't.
to
She doesn't
help
have
out with
any
I
it?
know no
connections.
one.
Or Times
Yeah.
She's
Square.
not sleeping with anybody.
Wait, what?
Times
Nope.
Square.
My dog.
Yeah.
Do it in there.
You want
Fully
to share
for-
So
anything
anyhow,
with
you
us?
want to talk about other women's club things?
Yes,
You know,
let's do that.
obviously our tree festival. Next year, Tree Festival is going back to its original format where all the nonprofits will do a tree, and that money all goes back to them as well. The Women's Club has been a really
Where do you
huge
think you're
supporter.
going to host that?
Mount
Or-
House.
The Mound House
Mound
this
House.
year.
Great.
So the Mound House has been gracious enough to open their doors to us.
That's
It's going to be a
perfect.
beautiful
Oh, yeah.
venue for 2 days.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about that. The Women's Club has also worked hand in hand with FMB Strong quite a bit, and a lot of funds that they've collected have gone to wish list items for the FMB Strong Amazon wish list.
Okay.
So we just had, I think, $6,000 that they collected for us over
Tools,
at FMB
yeah.
Strong, and it all went to tools,
Mhm.
hand tools, you know, hammers, measuring tapes, like stuff that people just don't have anymore. So
Mhm.
we've done a lot of that. In general, we're going to be moving into the phase where we're going to start our own capital campaign.
Nice.
We don't know exactly what
How
that
high are you
looks
going to
like
go over
yet.
there? How many stories you going
I
to build?
just said I don't know what
22.
that looks like
We're
yet.
gonna
I
go
was just
22.
joking around.
Yeah.
So are we giving this away? Are we giving this?
Yeah, let's
we
do
have
it.
Okay, what's
Do
the
it.
trivia question?
I don't know. What is it?
We need a question. We need some kind
I
of.
thought you had.
Did we come
How
up with a
about-
question
How
or a
about
new
name
question? We already
5
asked the other two.
nonprofits that
Oh,
we
that's too
support
much. You
on
got to
the
make it
island.
easy for my audience. You got to dumb it down for my
Gotta
people.
dumb it
Yeah,
down.
you got to make it easy. We need a third question. Do we have a third question? All right, we'll give this away in a second, but I want to call Lisa up. Lisa's part of the.
Lisa, Rude Shrimp.
Come on down.
Lisa.
Lisa is part of the Putt and Pub, but I also want her to tell us what's going on with Rude Shrimp. She's a sponsor on the show, and they
She is.
made a big move. Yeah,
I love this girl so much. You don't
I
even
love you too.
understand.
you guys snapped your finger and you made the move.
Yeah, we just you got to adapt and adjust on the fly, and that's kind of what we've done since we've been here. So, moved over to Moss Marina. We're still
Nice.
working on the full move. We move our big shipping containers, which are our brick and mortar, on Tuesday. So they'll get craned out of Estero Boulevard over to Moss on Tuesday, and then Scott Allen I think he left.
He's doing everything.
Yeah, so
He's
Scott's
building
helping.
everything.
Yeah, Scott's helping us getting. They'll be on trailers just like La Ola, and build out a deck. So we're going to add some additional bar seating
Sweet.
and just overall seating in general. So really excited to be up and running there. And
Do you know when you'll be open?
So we'll be fully functional, I'm guessing, in the next week-ish, kind of pending
Cool.
permits and approval. But we are kind of rolling some stuff this weekend. So if people are around, feel
Okay.
free to stop by and check us out.
And so, folks that don't know, it's going to be over where where we held the concert over in
Yep.
that area where they have their little.
Yep, hospitality tent.
Yeah.
Hospitality tent. So they moved their ship store, their
Okay,
snack shack,
okay.
over by their fuel pump. So we
Gotcha.
have that whole back corner space. So
Very nice.
yeah, looking forward to seeing
And that's
everybody
going to
over
be
there.
one hot area in the next
Yeah.
few years.
Yep.
So, do you plan to hope to stay there when they launch that? Nice.
So we're working with the Moss family on a long-term permanent location. Still working through the logistics of that, but the plan is to be part of the Moss family somewhere in one of their properties, and we're excited for it. So we also have like 35, I think, parking spots for cars, and then obviously you can
Sweet.
come via boat. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We went
very
down.
excited.
Dan and I went down last night, and first day open, got to
Nice.
see them. Cue the Dolphins. They came
Yeah.
right up to the side there, and great music and ice
Cool.
cold beers. It was fantastic.
Thank you for being part of the pub crawl last week. It
Yeah, that was fun.
nice to be part of that, and right over on Estero Boulevard, nice big crowd. So, all right. So, Root
I
Shrimp is
have
going to.
your giveaway
All
question.
right. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank
and,
you.
and we'll keep telling people that you made the move. Big hand for Lisa at Root Shrimp. Thank you for being a sponsor of the show, Lisa. All right, here we go. Where did Nan go? Nan, get back in your chair. Oh, wait. I think, well, we'll have that as a backup. Because it
Okay.
looks like Megan
Yep,
has one.
we got one.
All right. We're going to do
This one's really simple.
Wait.
This is almost a gimme.
Let's do this. Should we do it for this audience here because they're local, or it's up to you guys?
Yeah,
All right. So, first person to raise your hand.
you get a
I know-
passport.
I know this. Wow, this show is running way long compared to
know.
last week. Holy
You talk
Christmas!
too much.
People are. I know we're boring the crap out of everybody here. So go
So-
ahead, Megan. Ask the question.
The question is, what is the year the town of Fort Myers Beach incorporated?
Oh, that's easy. Karen, you can't win. You can't. John, you can't win. What? No, not even close.
Not 85.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Chris, what did you say?
Bye,
Thank you.
Cookie. Yes, sir.
1995. Was it 95 or 96? All right, 1995.
95.
There you go. Chris wins. Congratulations,
Chris.
Chris. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Awesome.
All right. And then as a parting gift,
Oh, we have a parting gift too.
we never want to forget you and Kim. We love you so much.
I mean, everybody else would
So
like to
you
forget
each
us,
get a
but thank you.
passport.
Oh, thank you. So, what are the rules now? Explain the rules again.
One thing I forgot to mention, which is important, even though people are already buying them, which is great, keep buying. It starts July the 1st. So you can't get a stamp until July 1st.
You can practice.
You can practice, and you have until the end of the year.
We
The
encourage
first 1,000 that
practicing.
turn in their passports get those beach towels. They look
So does somebody win
fantastic.
something at the end, or you're really just helping out the community? Is that what the goal is?
Well, you get a beach towel if you turn in your passport.
I
The
see.
first
I see.
1,000 to turn in. Yeah, get a
Okay.
beach towel.
Very nice,
Yeah.
and that's
Tuna skin.
courtesy of Tuna Skin.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And they
Very
make some
nice.
they make some good shit. Those guys over
The
there.
towels look amazing.
Yeah.
So
All right, that's what we need to do next is post what the towels look like, get people jacked up. So you can buy them at the table here if you want to buy a passport. It's only $75 for was it 25?
25. Yeah.
And it all goes back to the community, everybody. So thank you to Megan and the Naked Lady for coming on the show today.
thank you as always, Ed.
And please support the Women's Club. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for coming to the show. We appreciate this live audience. We have 125 people that have reserved a spot for our show in Wisconsin, which is absolutely bonkers. Tomorrow, all the day passes at the Pink Shell are sold out. Have
I've
a
been
seat.
sitting long enough.
And so we hope
Need
to
to
see you at the
stretch.
pool tomorrow. Nobody will be shirtless at the pool tomorrow, I promise. Oh, everybody's going to be shirtless. It's a pool party. We have lots of prizes to give away tomorrow. Is there something that you want to
No.
add? Go right ahead.
No.
Jump right in there.
No.
All right. And we'll be back Monday with Mondays with the Mayor at 6 o'clock. I want to thank Diamond Head for hosting Mondays with the Mayor last week. And we'll be back. Are you doing the bike tomorrow or taking that off?
I don't know because we've got the
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
have a flat tire.
Yeah.
She has a flat tire and she has no idea how to change a flat.
and
None.
Well, yeah.
Zero. So and
not on
what?
a bike, on a car, but
Yeah.
not on a bike.
On a county commissioner's car. All right, everybody. Thanks
Thank
for coming. Have a
you.
great weekend. Bye-bye.
There's the hand.
There's a snorkel.